let's talk about somebody who's trying to, I don't know if they're making excuses or trying to defend an entire group, but Josh Allen is the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. The big story out of Buffalo is the Stefon Diggs drama, which played out in the playoff game last year where he tried to leave the locker room before coaches arrived, and he got talked back into coming back, and then he was upset on the sidelines before that. And then there's just been this weird sort of passive-aggressive Twitter behavior by Stefon Diggs, and he shows up to minicamp, and he may have gotten sent home and may have not gotten sent home, and then he goes to social media again, and then you've got Josh Allen having to speak and say he loves Stefon Diggs, and then you got Sean McDermott talking about being concerned. Like, the whole thing has been a disaster, just total chaos. Well, Josh Allen was on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast and was asked about the Stefon Diggs drama, and according to him, blown way out of proportion.
I love him. That's my guy. What the media has blown this so far out of proportion, right? Like we are in rookie or mini camp. We're not playing a game for 4 months. He doesn't show up one day. He's still there. You know, coach asked him to go home. We were in talks and discussions of trying to resolve some things, and it wasn't anything major. And media just blew it up. And they're still talking about it. She's like, let it go. There's no reason to continue talking about it. He was on the field with us the next day. You know, it was not a big deal.
So that's Josh Allen talking about the Stefon Diggs drama. And I would agree that normally some of this stuff in the offseason is blown out of proportion because it's the offseason and we'd rather talk about this than where Damian Lillard might get traded to. But this thing's gone on for 4 or 5 months. And still there was an issue 4 or 5 months later after the outburst on the sideline, so much so that they had to have a conversation.
Like Carson Wentz's neck?
Yes, like Carson Wentz's neck, which looks like he laid down on a couple of sparklers.
Straight outburst.
Yeah. Like this idea that this is just not nothing and it's blown out of proportion. Dude, you guys had an issue in a playoff game that you were getting waxed in. And then 4 or 5 months later, he shows back up after airing people out on social media in a passive-aggressive way. And there's so much of an issue that he goes home, the coach is concerned, and then says he's not concerned. Then you've got Stefon Diggs going to social media afterwards. You've got everybody having to talk about. The reason it's a problem is because we haven't gotten a clear understanding as to what happened, and Stefon Diggs has still got a red ass about it.
I think we're clear on it. I mean, to me, he's a receiver. I think he got 3 catches in that last game. I want to say it's something crazy.
I think it was 4 for like 30-something yards.
It was something crazy. I mean, it was not becoming of someone who's supposed to be your number one guy. Whenever you have scenarios where a player is in a happy place and the coach is in a happy place, and there is continuity and there is cohesiveness, and that's disrupted. And it's disrupted to the point of where the success level of not only that player but the team goes down. Then you're going to see certain people who are supreme competitors react a certain type of way. And generally the positions that do it are quarterback, receivers, and possibly corners.
Not linebackers? You wouldn't put linebackers in that?
You won't get that from LBs.
Okay.
We don't matter enough.
Oh, come on.
We don't matter enough. So, but you're not getting something that is out of the ordinary for that position group. He's reacting to the fact that he wasn't getting targeted more. You're not putting him in positions to succeed at his position, and that's very upsetting. And he's making it known. And I guess he didn't feel as though they did anything to change it when he got back. I mean, that's what I would assume, because to me, if we go out of the season and we go out of the season feeling as though my offensive coordinator or this offense did nothing to maximize my connection with my quarterback, and my quarterback didn't do enough, as he admitted, right? He admitted it, that he could have did more to help the situation. To me, that means he could have gave the ball to Stefon Diggs more than what he did versus what ended up happening. And it doesn't seemingly look as though it's going to change going into the next season. I mean, think about that, man. That would be upsetting to know that you're heading into a season where, on average, you could be getting 3 balls in a game for 30, 60-some yards.
Yeah, but that wasn't the norm last year. He caught 108 passes last year.
Yeah, but it was the last thing that took place. See, to me, that says that's you're trending in that direction. If you're not going to give the ball to your best player in the biggest game of the year, then what makes you think that it's going to change? If they're not telling you, like if they're saying we're staying the course, and you feel as though for some strange reason they're giving you reasoning that does not say definitively that they're going to change their approach, this could be the defenses that are used against Buffalo from the rest of the way. That's how this league works. People are going to study that last game. People are going to study the teams that had success, and they're going to implement those same type of defensive schemes to slow down Josh Allen, to frustrate Stefon Diggs. That's frustrating. If you got to go an entire season of being in that type of situation, knowing that it's probably not going to change, you're going to have a lot of feelings towards it, because you know what? You know who they're going to come after when Stefon Diggs only catches 3 balls and gets 30-some yards? You know who the fans are coming after?
Stefon Diggs. Yeah.
They're coming after him. You know, when they talk about contract extensions and getting a new contract or renewals and all this stuff, oh, he's not worth it. Oh, look at his production. Well, what if that man's production isn't its production because of something outside of his control? That has to be considered to be frustrating, inflammatory, upsetting, concerning, disappointing. And I think that that's what's going on, because their defense hasn't been the same either.
And the point is, it's not nothing. Like this is a storyline. This is something to monitor. Yeah, of course. And so
I don't know that they're going to be good again, Jonas.
I agree. Look, I'm with you on that. That's why when Josh Allen makes those comments and kind of dismisses it as like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. He showed up the next day at practice. Dude, you canceled the remainder of minicamp. He showed up to go through walkthroughs, and you canceled the remainder of minicamp. And to your point, it's persisted for 4 or 5 months. So how do you just dismiss that if he's the best wide receiver you got and he's still got an issue? And as Josh Allen kind of alluded to, there's clearly an issue between him and Sean McDermott. And then the Bills come out shortly after that and announce the contract extensions for Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane. You got to wonder how Stefon Diggs looks at that. So wait a second, I've got a problem here with sort of the dynamic between my coach and I. And now we want to go out and announce contract extensions for everybody.
For someone that I don't feel good about.
Right.
Think about it.
And so the idea that Josh Allen says, oh, this is no big deal whatsoever. If it's not, why'd it last for 4 or 5 months? You know? Like, it's just, come on, dude.
It's not, this is not made up. Right, what happened at the facility happened. Like, that's not fictitious. Like, oh, why are y'all still talking about it? Because it happened. And you're a big-name player, and the guy that's upset is a big-name player. In fact, I would be curious as to what Josh Allen really feels behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Because he's been impacted by it as well. And this doesn't look like a team with the way they called that game in their last game that is going to be a cream of the crop elite team in the AFC. It just doesn't. I just don't see it. I think they'll be competitive. I think that they'll win games. But to consider them like we did as favorites, that window may have closed.
Yeah. No, I agree. And look, the Jets got better with Rodgers. If Tua's healthy, Miami played them well last year, as we've talked about. Like, it just – I don't know. I think it's one of those cases where – there's just certain fights that last longer than others. And if you leave the house to get away because, like, I got to blow off some steam, and you come back and everybody's still pissed off, after
Something ain't
4 or
right.
5. Yeah, like there's a lasting impact to whatever's
Something ain't
going
right.
on there. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's the change factor. It's like when you see something, because here's the thing, right? Sometimes players are not respected in the way where their opinions matter. Like, I know that this is not right, so I'm saying it's not right, but then you still are doing it. You're still doing it. Like, this person is in position. I'm trying to tell you, I may know more than this coach that you have on staff. Oh, to think, the nerve of a player to think that he may know as much, if not more, or understand some of the things that are connected to it. And now you're disgruntled. Now you're not coachable. Now you're all these different things. But in the end, you're talking about a coach that just isn't good enough. And that happens quite a bit, and that's frustrating.